Hey, it's a Tuesday and I'm relatively awake. It's like 9:30. I am actually about to leave my apartment, even though I don't have to start working until 12. Um, because in a few minutes, a bunch of guys are going to come into my apartment and they're going to start working on stuff. Whoa! Because there's stuff that needs to be fixed. Like the fridge leaks a little bit, so they're replacing it, and some of the outlets don't stay very securely in the walls, things like that. So they said it'll be today and tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday. I think for good measure's sake, I'll probably come back on Thursday, because there's also paint involved. I want that to dry, you know. So I am going to Tori's today. I'm gonna try. Well, now see, it takes me about 40 minutes to get there. 10:30 by the time I get there. It takes me half an hour to walk from her place to work. So yeah, it should be a good time. So I have to leave in like the next 15 minutes. And I already have like a go bag together. I've been trying to tidy around here as best I can. To not look like a total slob in front of the workmen. But yeah, you know how it goes. So we're going on a staycation, I guess. Well, okay, so coat is on. I have a go bag of like clothes and shampoo and stuff. I'll probably stay till like Thursday, and then I have my work bag, which is really heavy because I keep adding things to it. And I have my technology bag, which is my computer. And I know they said that they're trustworthy guys, but so sorry, a little paranoid. I'm taking my passport with me. Let's see, is there anything else of extreme value? Hard drive for editing. Everything else I think I could probably afford to miss. Okay, just go. It's only 2 days. You have way too much stuff for 2 days. Oh god. Oh, I'm in a new apartment. I've already been here. Tori, I'm in your place. She knows I'm here. She gave me permission to be here. She gave me express permission to be here. But she has left the place very nice and tidy for me, and I'm gonna mess it up. No, I'm not. But I'm actually not even gonna stay that long because did I leave my camera charger? No, I have my camera charger. Because she needs to charge. I have to leave in like 15 minutes to go to work. So just kind of settling in so far as like taking out the shampoo and stuff and putting it in the bathroom. But not making myself too cozy because this is not my home. This is not my apartment. I do not live here. I am a guest. I am respecting the space. Okay, soap in the bathroom. Okay, I'm not going to show off too much of her apartment because it's not my home. So even though you're seeing a lot of the background, my face is still the primary thing you're seeing. There you go. Okay. Really, I don't know why I'm filming this. This isn't that interesting. I'm just in a new place. Okay. I'm going to go to work now. Bye. Well, this light is very bright. Sorry about that. Ah, that's better. I am back in Tori's apartment, obviously. Been to work and then now have come back and been back for a while actually. Wrapped in blankets because her heat's been off for like a week. Not even, a few days, so it's taking a little while to permeate the room. Now I'm just sitting here editing videos. I'm doing really nothing interesting. The contractor guys called me a little while ago and said that they were out for the night, but it's a good thing that I'm not coming back because it smells very strongly of paint, apparently. And there was a moment where I was like, they said like, so when are you gonna leave tomorrow? And I was like, I'm actually not there tomorrow. And then in my head I was like, maybe don't tell strangers that you're not home. But there's nothing there that's valuable. Like I have my computer and my phone and my iPad and my passport with me. And everything else that's in the apartment is like clothes and tables. And I guess papers or something. But like there's like individually there's nothing there that's valued at over like $50. So I don't know why anybody would take anything. Should be fine. Don't be paranoid. Don't distrust everyone you know. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to the Dauphine campus for the first time to serve. What's the American word for it? The British term that I've been hearing a lot is invigilate, and we say proctor. I'm going to proctor my master's students' exam. And it's my first time that I'm going to see them in person. I've only ever seen them on a camera. And it's my first time going to Dauphine, and I don't know if this was folly, but I've brought Ferreros for them to nom on. So I figure I'm going to try to get like a little dispenser of hand sanitizer and have a little sign like step 1, hand sanitizer. Step 2, chocolate. It's for like when they leave their papers, if they want a little treat, holiday treat. And if there's any left over, bully for me. So I think I'm going to make myself a little cuppa. I'm a little cold. And just kind of wind down the night. So, good night. I feel like I need to say as well, I'm not taking any of Tori's tea. I'm not taking anything that she has here. I'm not using her shampoo. I brought my own. I brought my own tea bags. Like, not a free rider. Make that perfectly clear. Okay, good night. Hello, happy Wednesday morning. I've got cream on my lip here because I have apparently developed a stress cold sore. I think this may be my first ever time having a cold sore. My mouth, it's like right on the hinge of my mouth. Well, I don't want you to see it. I painted my nails last night too. But like, you can hear the construction guys downstairs. Sorry about that. It just looks like I have dabbed toothpaste on my mouth. But yeah, like, I'm not prone to cold sores at all. It's like right in the hinge of my mouth. So on, I think Monday I woke up and when I first opened my mouth, I felt this like crack feel. So I thought it was just dry skin, but it's been that way for like 2 days solid. So I finally went to the pharmacy yesterday, didn't even remove my mask. I just asked for whatever treatment for cold sore. And the first thing the lady asked me was, "Are you stressed?" And I was like, I don't think I'm particularly stressed at the moment, but then again, actually, yeah, because everyone's stressed because this is a stressful time. She was like, yeah, it's probably stress. So I think I've given myself a cold sore. Yay! But it should go away by tomorrow morning, is what they said. They said, like, it's about a 48-hour treatment. It's been on, like, 5 times a day. This has actually been on for a while. I think I can probably wipe a lot of it away. Sorry, that was gross. That was a gross thing to start the morning with. Hello, good Wednesday. I have breakfast here. I've just basically cobbled together. I went to Marks and Spencer's after work today to get like a couple days worth of food, and I got like a little oatmeal pot. And I brought pears and clementines with me from home because they were going to go bad before me getting back in. But I put pear on top of cottage cheese. I've never tried that combination before. And I also have some raspberries, rhubarb, as I like to say apparently, and a cuppa. And I did shower, and I brought my own towel from home because I am not. I have this like mini horror of using other people's appliances. Like, I don't know how washing machines work if they're not the one in my house. I don't even have a washing machine, but you know what I mean. So I was just like, avoid all appliances, just use the fridge and nothing else because that's just open and close. So I'm going to head off to work in about half an hour-ish, and then I have my final exam. Well, not my final. My students have their final exam today at Paris Dauphine. It's my first time going to Dauphine, and I'm a little bit excited. And I got a bunch of stuff. A lot of the stuff I got yesterday at M&S was for lunch for today because I finished work at 2, and then my final is at 3:30 at Dauphine. And it's not that far away from AOA, but I want to give myself time to figure out how to get there because apparently finding the entrance can be tricky. So I'm going to need time to walk around a couple of times, I think. And then finding the amphitheater where the exam will be taking place and all that. I don't want to take the risk of being late. So, that's that. And I have to remember to bring my passport with me because I need some form of ID. Are you glad I brought my passport with me, actually? I might do a little bit of Christmas shopping after, so we'll see. It's going to be a busy day. So it's a good thing I'm starting with a lovely, very English breakfast. I look really pale in this clip. Why? I am now back. It's like 7 p.m. Didn't manage actually to film anything out and about. I did take my camera with me and nothing ended up happening, but I especially didn't want to film anything at the final exam that I was overseeing because it's a lot of extra stress. The students are already feeling stressed. I didn't want to be like, woo, cinematographer in your face. But as proof that I was there, here are all of the papers I now have to grade. Oh boy, I'm going to red pen the hell out of myself. But not tonight. Tonight I am chilling. It was my first time being at Dauphine. I, again, meant to try to film things, little clips there, but I was so wrapped up in being professional and all that, didn't end up doing it. Sorry, you'll just have to imagine what it's like. The Dauphine building from the outside looks kind of industrial, but from the inside is apparently, well, it was built off of a former NATO building. And there's a thing like JFK gave a speech there once in a particular room, so like, cool. But mostly I was just paying attention to being a teacher and all of that, and I got to see a lot of my students' faces for the first time, because we were initially, well, all of our classes were over Teams, remote learning, because of COVID, and so I only knew what like 3 or 4 of them looked like when they turned their videos on, so it was kind of cool to be like, oh, that's how I imagined you. All that was kind of, and every time someone gave me a paper, I was kind of being like, what's your name? Oh, you're so young. They're so young. They're all like 21, 22. Oh, bebes. Bebe, as a Moira Rose would say. I love Schmitz Creek. Schmitz Creek? Schitt's Creek. But in any case, I am now back. I was going to go Christmas shopping after, but my bag was so heavy. My exams are heavy. One of the shops I wanted to go to was closing like 20 minutes after I would have gotten there, so no point. So I think I might try to go tomorrow instead. So instead I picked up mozzarella sticks. There's no cheese pull. I think if they'd been fresh out of the oven, or out of the fryer, there would have been a cheese pull, but they're still delicious. I got like a burger and fries and stuff, because watching students write for 2 hours makes it worth it. I didn't do shit. I did nothing. I just sat there and watched people stress. I'm also heating up some water for green beans, so try to have some balance. I think tonight it's gonna be chill. I'm not planning to do anything. Maybe I'll film something else. Maybe I won't. Haha. Okay, so here's an update for you. I'm back in my apartment. We're gonna talk about that in a second. So it does indeed smell bad here. The work guy, the maintenance guy, told me that they finished. Everybody has finished their job that they could clear out. And okay, I was like, well, I'll probably stay at Tori's another night so that the paint has time to dry properly and all of that. And then I got first a call and then a text message from my neighbor around noon saying, are you doing work in your apartment? Because my water got turned off. And I was like, well, that shouldn't have happened because they were only changing the tap in my apartment, so they shouldn't have turned off the water for the whole building. So that was fun. And then come to find out, I guess they had broken, or I guess when they turned off the water from my place, they went down to the main access on the ground floor. I'm not really sure what all the details are. But in turning off the water for mine, they accidentally turned off the water for my neighbors, and he didn't realize that until after they'd left. And since they're considered their job done, why would they come back? So I'm now kind of in the complicated phase of now having to get the guy to come back, look at the water tap, because apparently he was like giving instructions on how to reopen the tap. I'm not sure exactly what was happening, but they couldn't do it. They didn't have the tools or something, so now he has to come back. Thing is, my neighbor had to go to work this afternoon, so he couldn't be here at the time when the maintenance guy said he would come. So I said I would come back to look at everything. Oh shit. Oh damn. Okay, shit. Well, okay, so the neighbor, I'm just realizing things that have changed in here. All right, so focus. The neighbor came in, asked, or came, start over. I'm now here. Hopefully the guy will be here soon. In fact, I should probably have my phone on me. Is he supposed to call me when he is nearby so I can let him in? Because he left the key here. So I'm going to let him into the building, see if he can fix everything. And now I am just kind of looking around to see what else changed. So come and discover the apartment as I discovered it. So it still definitely smells like paint in here, so I'm glad that I'm not staying the night. You can see here there's like some of the paint gunk or whatever has kind of stuck on, or maybe it's plaster, I don't know, but I think everything just needs a general once over. The floor is kind of powdery residue. First thing I noticed, this light here, usually the light, I don't know if you can see that, there, turns on, nothing. That light somehow got flipped out. I don't know if it's the, actually now that I'm looking, the light bulb looks like it might be messed up, so maybe it's just a question of changing the light bulb. I will check that. Come into the kitchen. Everything got cleared out. Everything got cleared out. Make sure this light is still working. Yep. So they pulled all of the cooking stuff, all of the shelves out. And one other thing that got taken out, and I think I'll be able to put it back. You can see these two, here we are. Am I pointing at the right place? It's hard to tell when it's white on white, but this like ridge thing here, and there's another one on the other side. It's where shelves are supposed to go. So I can put, and that's where my, big suitcases live. That's where my suitcases live, to be out of the way. And when I came in, I saw that they'd been taken down, and I was like, no, where am I going to put my suitcases now? But I've just now come back into this room, turning the light on, and I see them. They're on the floor here. So I think it might just be a question of kind of slotting them back in once everything has had time to dry and air out properly, and then I can put things back on. That's manageable. Coming now into the kitchen, so the kitchen has, as I said before, everything taken down. I thought they were just going to paint this hallway. They painted the kitchen too, because it's all got that like paint feel. There's like residue on top of the interphone, etc. And you can see there's like a tiny residue on everything. They put tape on this to protect it from the paint, I guess. Those lights were there before. Everything that was on the floor or in the bathroom has been loaded onto the stove. And I know there's stuff on the stove, so it's going to be a very quick test to make sure that the stove still works. It does. I already tested the oven, so that's good. Kettle's still here. So everything is here. It's just all been really messed around. Like all of the bottles that I had up there, and you saw there were a lot of bottles, are now on my counter. And there's like clearly a residue on some of them. So it's going to be a task for me to go and de-powder everything. Oh God, there's powder like in the spout of my kettle. Well, that's gonna have to be deeply sterilized. All right. But yeah, like all of the appliances are still here. Everything that was stacked up in the bathroom is now in my sink. My goodness. So I'm gonna have to just clean everything that's in here. A lot of dishwashing. Come to the thing that I'm maybe most excited about, the new fridge. I have a new fridge. It just fits in this space, but it's lovely, nice new tray down here, which is great because my old one had like a crack in it. That's exciting. The freezer is actually nice and snappy. I have three, oops, here we go. I have three shelves. The old one, the top one, the one that sat on the top, had broken, so I only had the bottom one. So now I have more storage space. That's very exciting. Look, my fridge looks a lot emptier than it did last time because now things are shared around a little bit more. And somehow I now have an ice cube tray. All right. I wonder if they had fun, like, going through my kitchen and being like, what does this white girl, this American girl, keep? That's funny. Okay, so I think, oof, all of the dishes, everything, that's all fine. I don't think they went into the cabinets. Why would they have? All of the hooks somehow are still here. I think they just painted around them. That's convenient. Coming into the bathroom, this is going to be the first time I'm going to test this light bulb in over a year. Are we ready? I have a light. Oh, it's a pretty light. Okay, oh, it smells strong in here. They painted in here too. Oh my god, everything's got a fine level of powder. Look at that. Oh my god. Okay. Good lord. Well, I may be staying at Tori's for the next week until this place gets sorted out. Oh good lord, everything's got powder on my shower powder. But I tested all the water. That seems to work. Does it go hot is the question. Because I've been living without hot water for, it's going hot. Okay, so then that's the other question is I used to have to turn off the hot water in order for it not to drip in here. So now that I've run the water there, it's not dripping here. That's so exciting. Okay, so the bathroom is good. That's what I wanted. Okay, so what all was there to do? There was the painting. There was mold mainly up here that needed to be redone, which is why they painted here and I guess everywhere. I think it was like one of those mold killing paints, I hope, anyway. Bathroom light needed to be fixed. Fridge needed to be replaced. Sink needed to be fixed somehow. And then the last thing, look at, they took off my list of stocks and just taped it up. That's funny. They didn't really work in here too much, except there were outlets that needed to be, they missed something. The last thing that they needed to do was, there's an outlet here, and I'm going to have a devil of a time showing you. It's really dark. You can see this outlet here is out of the wall. And it still works as an outlet, but it came out of the wall. So I think they literally just forgot to do that. So I'm going to have to dress him down for that. Chaos. Utter complete chaos in here, which is why I'm not ready to move back in here yet. Oh my goodness. They've literally had to come through and just throw everything all around everywhere. Oh my god. And look, some of my pictures came down, my map's falling down. Try to stick it back on now. I guess they came through and opened my window a little bit for it to air out even more, which is fine. Look at all my advent calendars I haven't been able to go through. Oh my goodness. Oh god, it's going to take forever to clean up. Well, I guess I've got a project for Christmas break. Okay, I'm going to try to put the map back up at least. Okay, slightly more back to normal, but I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to try to get things fixed until, honestly, I'm glad the guy's coming back now because he missed one of the important ones. He missed the outlet, and that's dangerous. Very happy to have my kitchen fixed, very happy to have my bathroom fixed, but there's the outlet that needs seeing too. So glad he's coming back. Thing is, I left my computer at, I left my computer at Tori's apartment, because I didn't think I was coming back here today. Left my iPad at Tori's apartment, left my exams to grade at Tori's apartment. Good lord. Okay. This is messier than the sad thing is I just cleaned before they came through, and you would never tell. It's gonna feel like I'm moving in all over again. Okay, here's an update for you. checked the light bulb, as you saw just there. Saw that it was a little bit crunchy, so I took a risk, decided to change it, and it works now. So it was just the funky light bulb, not their fault at all. But I called first the guy, the maintenance guy, and said, like, I'm home. Are you gonna be here, soon to come look at the water thing? And he said, I'm still at the other place. I'll call you when I'm, nearby. Sure. And I said, like, and by the way, I noticed that one of the outlets is still out of the wall. And he goes, oh, so you're not going to congratulate me on the other 4 things that I did? I was just like, internally, and how old are you right now? This is your attitude to say, well, I did 4 out of 5, so congratulate me on that. Like, well, no, you're an adult. You had 5 things to do. You only did 4. You've been paid for 5. Because I also just called my landlord to talk about it after the fact, and he said, no, we paid for everything. He has to do the wall part, too. So, I don't know what that attitude is all about. Well, you didn't congratulate me for the first 4, so I'm not going to talk to you about the 5th one. Huh? What? So then I said, like, well, can we, still on the phone to the maintenance guy, I said, like, well, when you come back, maybe we could look at it really quickly. And he said, well, no, it's because you didn't move the bed out of the way. So we couldn't get to it, so we didn't do it. I was like, bitch, look at this. Look at this. They told me, I didn't say bitch, I didn't say anything to that specifically. I just said, can we look at it when you're here, and we'll make a decision about that. But my understanding of the job was they were going to paint this little corridor. I did not think they were going to be painting this, plus the kitchen, plus the bathroom. So, to my understanding, they didn't have to clear everything out of here into there, meaning there would have been space for them to push the bed 2 feet without getting into a hubbub. And them saying, like, no, we couldn't move the bed around, so we didn't do it. Like, well, you've been here since Tuesday. It's now Thursday. You could have called me any time. Like, if you're like, oh, I don't feel comfortable about moving the furniture, ultimately, I would have come back and moved it all around, because I want this to be done just as much. But instead of just saying, oh, no, it's not that way, I'm not going to do my job. How old are you? How old are you? That's what I would have done when I was like 21 years old. I'm sure this guy is like almost twice my age. And I'm now like kind of getting into the main room a little bit more. They didn't do anything in here. The only thing that was to be done in this room was the outlets, which they didn't. And I'm like, just had my hand on the bed. There is powder on my bed. What did they get? How did they get powder on my bed? It smells like the paint. Like, I'm really glad I decided not to sleep here tonight, because I would not be able to sleep on that. I'm going to have to wash literally everything that's been out. I am annoyed. So after I got off the phone with him, I called my landlord and kind of like gave him the lowdown. Like, the water's been messed with in the neighbor's apartment. The outlet hasn't been put back in. And he said, like, that's not normal. We paid for it all. Like, he should be finished with everything. Look at there. Oh my god, I can't use this. There's been powder. Like, I don't know why there's powder residue. Is this paint on spices? Like, there was nothing to fix here. Unless, did they redo the outlets here? Maybe they redid the outlet kind of back here. I don't know. Powder got everywhere. Okay. This spice thing was open. Powder may have gotten in here, so I can't use this. I'm not poisoning myself. Definitely not. The salt thing is open, so I don't have to buy a new thing of salt. Christ. Okay, my things shouldn't have been open, admittedly, but still, I'm just so irked that dust got into my kettle. My precious baby kettle. God. Ugh. I'm irked. I am irked. And, okay, they cleared everything out, but they left the stuff on the bathroom sink. It's all just very inconsistent. So I don't understand what the thinking was. And at this point, I just hope that when he comes back, we can get it all sorted out, get an understanding, so I can get out of here, because the smell is giving me a headache. And also my landlord told me, like, if he gives you any guff, if he says no for any reason, like, even if it's late, call me, like, I'll set him straight. So at least my landlord's in my corner. Thank God. So done with this guy. Literally, I'm just noticing this now. Look at this. Do you see this? Powder. Powder. Why is that on my bed? Biggest eye roll of the century. So the guy just came and left. Again, he was only here for like 5 minutes. He turned the water tap enough, I guess, so that my neighbor should have water again. I say should, he's not here to check that it's all working properly, but he turned a thing, there was water running one way or the other. So hopefully that's been fixed. Actually, I should keep the window open. It's airing out because it smells bad. But he walks in, and we were kind of like looking at everything, and I was like, no, the light's really guided, like I didn't realize with the paint and everything. And he goes, but you were so mean because you left things in the kitchen and you left things in the fridge and there were rotten carrots and it stank. And I was like, carrots? You're gonna complain to me about carrots? And ultimately I was able to kind of like add a jokey spin to it so it wasn't like super aggressive. I think I'm guessing that his manner of humor, his sense of humor is a little bit, oh, I'm so hard done by. Because he was kind of doing the like, fake, I don't know, he wasn't super reprimanding, it was just, I don't know, I would call it childish, not professional. But he said, we're going to try to find a time next week to get the, lighting. We're going to try to find a time next week to get the outlet put back in the wall, and in the meantime, I just won't use it. He said it shouldn't be more than an hour, so at that point I will have had time to fill everything back into the kitchen and into the bathroom, clear up that space, and then get the bed moved back. He said he needs a meter of space. He could have gotten himself a meter of space. That's stupid. Well, I'm back at Tori's now. It is 9:17 p.m. So I got home at like 5, waited for an hour and a bit for the guy. He spent few minutes there and then left again. I tried waiting around after because my neighbor hadn't gone back. I think I said that by the time the maintenance guy left. So I tried sticking around until he got home to make sure that everything worked, and it just took a long time getting home, and I was getting a headache from the paint fumes, so I left. And I left all the windows wide open, turned off the heat. No, you can't heat the outside. Don't try. Waste of money. So I am now back in Tori's. I have brought provisions. I brought some more veg that was in my kitchen that was going to go bad. A little like bobble hat and some fingerless gloves. I cannot figure out how her heaters work. And I got a big chunky sweater. I'm just going to be wearing gray on gray. That's fine. Although I realize now that I'm back, I'm going to have a lot of stuff to take home with me. But I'll cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, I'm just going to sit, watch some Netflix, crash out. Probably going to say goodnight to you now. In fact, good night. Good morning. Good Friday morning. It's not morning. It's 1 p.m. You catch me in the middle of a crisis of sorts. Why do I look like a potato? I'm trying to decide whether I pack it all in and go home today, or if I stay here for another couple of days and let the paint fumes air out. So, here's the facts. I left all my windows open yesterday so they could air out, turn the heat off. I think that should probably do it. I think cold is pretty good for damping down smells. That should be okay, I think. I also only have enough meds here for one more day. And I do technically have the prescription, but I refilled the prescription a couple weeks ago, and I think going back and refilling it again, because it's like one of those ones you have to, the prescription's good for like 4 months, so you have to re-up it every now and then, but I think doing it so close to the previous time might seem, in some eyes, a bit drug-seeking, which I don't want to do. Don't necessarily need to stay here, other than the fact that it's convenient to get to work. It's like 25 minutes on foot, and it's people in the hallway, and it's cleaner than my home. But at the same time, I have to interrogate myself and think, am I staying here because I'm waiting for the paint fumes to go out, or am I staying here because I don't want to go home and start cleaning? There's a lot of cleaning to do. So my other thought was I could take some stuff home, like clothes that I've already worn, change some stuff out, go back, get a new little pack of meds, and then stay through like Sunday or Monday. But I think the adult in me should probably just go home and deal with it. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna pack up, head back, shower, start washing. What I think the main thing that I need to do today is I need to wash the bed sheets that have dust on them. Ugh. And mop in the kitchen and area, so I can, once that's all cleaned up, I can start putting the furniture back. So it's very nice being here in this apartment. Thanks again, Tori, for letting me claw my way in. Who's to say I won't come back before you're back? I won't. I'm back home. It seems really dark. It's only 3 p.m. I think my light bulbs are, dim, but back into the weirdly echoey kitchen because there's nothing here to absorb the echo. But I have now stripped my bed, and I'm washing not completely stripped it, just the coverlet thing and pillowcases, everything that was on top. I'm just getting that washing now, and then I'm going to mop the kitchen, the bathroom, the hall, and then I'm going to take a shower and wash my hair in a couple of days. Can you tell? Cute. And then take stock. I think maybe clean out at least the kettle. Lord knows. She's going to need a hot drink. And I think, depending on what time it is and how much energy I have, I may head out again, either to do some Christmas shopping or just for a walk. I'm not sure. We'll see. This feels insurmountable, but the only way to surmount it is to start mounting. Ew. I hate that I just said that. Anyway, I'm gonna go mop now. Alright, experiment. I want to see if you can tell a difference. Make a difference? See the difference between the pre-mopped floor and the post-mopped floors. This is the pre-mopped. Alright, I'm now just realizing that me filming the after mopping means that you're seeing mostly just the wet floor. So clearly it looks different because it's much shinier, but does it look less powdery, at least? I guess. I don't know. So, next job is I have to wipe down this shower, because it doesn't really look like it, but it's super gunky. Look at that. Look at that. Yuck. I'm not showering in that. No way. Hey, a couple hours later, it's like 5:30, 5:45. I took a shower and a nap, and when I say nap, I mean I closed my eyes for like 20 minutes. And I am now starting the laborious process of reinstating everything. So I dragged these two things back to where they were supposed to be, and they were heavy, very heavy. And once again, I will say, if I had known that they were going to do stuff in the kitchen, on this side of the kitchen too, I would have moved them. I would have emptied them out and moved them. Ugh. But, okay, so that's done and back. And I had to do it, you will notice, in my bathrobe, because the guys put these shelves right in front of my dresser where all my bras are. So that was really fun to do in rope. Okay, so I think the game plan is going to have to be, here we go. First in the bathroom, oh, my timer's going off. I've already mopped in here. So now I just need to go up and down, kind of on the higher surfaces. Like, look at this. Ugh. Like, that all needs to be handled. But I think it's really just like this surface. Clear some stuff out in there, even though I showered in there, so it's mostly fine now. Maybe dust off the top of that. And that as well, the rack. And then once that's cleared off, that'll only be like 10 minutes work. So once that's cleared off, I can start loading bathroom stuff back into here, which will take the weight off of the kitchen. So then the kitchen stuff can start being cleaned, but it's going to take me a long time. Oops. I just realized I have this tick now that's going to take me a while to undo. Let me turn my timer off. I realized, like, this light fixture that got replaced, which I'm so happy to have replaced. It looks beautiful. Look at that. Although I'm realizing I don't know how to change it in case the light bulb goes out. Hopefully that won't happen for a while. But that light bulb has been out for over a year. And I don't mean to say, like, the light bulb has been out. I mean, like, the fixture that was attached was not up to code, apparently. So they told me when they did an inspection last October 2019, they told me that I wasn't allowed to have a light bulb in there until they could come in and change it because it could be dangerous. Keeping in mind, I had that thing for like 5 years, always had a light bulb in, no problems. But okay, if they tell me something's dangerous, I won't. So for a year, I had been using the vanity light as the light in the bathroom. So now every time I feel like I want to turn the light off, my hand instinctively goes to the vanity light. And now that's not going to be the case, so that's going to be an adjustment period. I'm doing an experiment because I just turned this vanity light on and looked at it closely for the first time, and I want to know if what I noticed is also perceivable through the camera. Ready? Oh my god. Okay. Happy Saturday. I've been standing with my camera in my hand for like 30 seconds, waiting for myself to finish chewing. I'm eating breakfast. It's a bagel with Nutella on it because I deserve it. I have to go to work in like 10 minutes or so, actually. Probably more like 5, but it's going to be 10. But I've been I woke up earlier than I would have normally for starting work at noon, so I could get a little bit more done out and about. Like, I put the shelves back up in this whole corridor, and I put the suitcases and bags back in because that was taking up a big amount of real estate in my bedroom. So that's out of the way. And I've wiped down most, if not all, surfaces in the bathroom and filled things back in. So bathroom is more or less back in play. Notice how, once again, I turned on the vanity light instead of the overhead light. That's going to be a tough habit to break. So the main things are, I've not really had time to touch the kitchen yet. That's going to have to be a tonight thing. Maybe even a tomorrow thing. Can I sneeze? Am I going to sneeze? Oh, it's gone. Wait. No, wait. Excuse me. I'm so glad that you saw that. I've been kind of like picking things off of the counter that should be in the kitchen, wiping them down, and then putting them away. So there is a little bit of space that's been cleared up. And I cleaned my kettle, meaning I just rinsed it and like scrubbed it down. And now I'm letting it air dry because there's like metal components that I don't want to touch electricity. And I actually had to be a little bit clever for the bagel because usually I do my bagel in the toaster, but the toaster is part of the chaos. So A, I would have to get to it, and B, I feel kind of nervous that there's powder in the toaster. And I'm not trying to eat powder, so I had to do it in the oven. Woe is me. Found a solution to a problem that wasn't even really a problem. Anyway, I gotta stop talking to you, start getting ready for work. I'm already mostly ready. I just need to put on pants. I'm wearing pajama pants. I just need to put on like professional pants. this was, come to it, this was actually really hard. These two shelves, because I am alone and not particularly arm strong, and I accidentally put this brown one where the white one goes, and I mean, nobody would have noticed it but me, but it would have annoyed me, so I had to take it down, put it on the other side. So now my arms were trembling a little bit. But it's fine. Call that a workout. Okay, I do need to go. Bye. Sunday. Today's Sunday. It is actually before noon on Sunday. I am going to go out and get some fruit and veg, which usually I do on Fridays. Wasn't able to do it on Friday because I was busy coming back here. And then, I mean, I could have gone after I got back on Friday, but I was exhausted, so I didn't. So the update is, this is still a mess, but I did wash all of the booze. I mean, I just rinsed it. So I think I'm going to kind of climb up on top of the counter up there and kind of wipe it down once just to make sure there's no residue. Fill all the bottles back up there, and then that will give me a little bit of working space on the head. So I think my goal today is get my kitchen counter back. She's messy. It's going to be progressive. It's going to be in stages. I only have so much sink space and drying space, etc. But gotta do it. It's gotta be done. I also haven't eaten anything yet, but everything that I have that's edible for breakfast, I mean, like, anything can be breakfast. But everything that I have generally is covered in powder. Actually, banana would be fine because the powder's not on the inside. But I think it's probably going to be granola bar plus banana. And then when I come back from the market, maybe I'll do maybe I'll do a round of dishes before I go to the market, so things have time to dry. I'm not sure. Oh, I don't know. God, it's one of those things where you're just constantly going to be second guessing yourself. Okay, well, if you don't start, you don't finish. Thing is, here's my debate. I am currently wearing my pajama pants, and I'm trying to decide if these are subtle enough that I could go out wearing these, because, like, it is not a thing in France to go out with pajama pants. You can go out with sweatpants. Some people do. I don't, personally, but some people do. Or you go out in, like, you know, yoga pants or athletic, like, leggings, whatever. You go out in, you know, jeans or trousers or khaki. Something. And I am just so not motivated to change my pants. Also, these have pockets in them, and most, like, leggings things don't have pockets, so this is a positive thing. I think I might just leave it. Fuck it. I'm not going to be out for like 40 minutes. There it is. There's the market. There's proof that I was there. I mean, yeah, there it is. Good morning. No, it's not morning. It's like 1:25. Literally 1:25. I have made some progress in the cleaning up task, unsurmountable task it isn't, as it turns out. I've more or less finished with the kitchen, and it looks messy because this is all my shopping from yesterday. I just haven't taken time to put it away. Plus, my lunch, which I'm about to eat. I've got eggs and bread going. I cover you. You get nice and cooked. And last night, I was getting really sick of the paint smell, so I made spice cake just to try to like cover the smell a little bit, and it worked somewhat. I can still smell the paint, but it's not as strong. I think it is slowly but surely dissipating, and I think the key is also continuing to leave the window open while I'm gone. I have, this one took me the most time just because I had to wipe down each individual like spice bottle and jar and everything, and I had to replace my pepper mill because this powder had gotten on top of it. I was never sure it was going to be clean, so I figured cut your losses, get a new one. There wasn't that much left in it. So then, and the bathroom is mostly done too. There's a couple, bless you, a couple little things out here in the main room that haven't been put away yet because like the bath mat needs to be washed. So kind of slowly but surely getting it to normal, and I'm kind of taking it as a chance to get rid of some stuff, rearrange some stuff that needed to be done anyway. Like, I need to redo my bookshelf, my shelf of books. Like, everything else is fine, it doesn't need to change. But the books, having them stacked up on top, I don't like that very much. So I think I'm just going to move these jars that are here on the side, there, to be in front of here, so then that space opens up for the books that are here. So, like, little things like that I'm kind of tinkering around with. I spent like an hour last night putting together all of the Christmas packages that I'm sending to people back in the US. And then I stood in line for like 30 minutes today waiting to mail them. And then I got into the post office and realized I only had the address for one of the people. So I had to bring 2 of the boxes back. Oh well, it was a really long line, and people would have been annoyed with me if I'd like taken the time to do the customs declarations for all 3 packages. So in the end, it was probably for the best. But I also picked up a thing that I was sent, and it is not, excuse me, what I was expecting it to be. I thought it was going to be something that I had ordered for John or Kevin. Turns out it was something, it's the last thing that my mom had ordered, whoops, I dropped it, for me a month ago. They always said it was going to be the longest one to arrive. Cinnamon toothpaste! Huzzah! I love cinnamon toothpaste. I'm a weirdo. I'm the only person in the world who likes it, but I like it. So now I have some more. What are some other updates? I finished ordering the presents for John yesterday. So that should be coming up soonish. Hopefully they'll get here before Christmas. I have an idea for Kevin for the other one, but I haven't pulled the trigger on that yet. I think Wednesday I'm not teaching super late, so I'm going to go shopping on Wednesday and get some stuff taken care of. I ordered my Secret Santa gift for the Chiappetta family to be delivered, so that's done. I hope it's something that this person would like. Guess we'll find out. What else has been happening? Not very much. Just been like cleaning and I have this bad habit of every time I pull a hair out, I go and like throw it out the window. I don't know, kind of maybe in the idea that like if birds want to build a nest with it. I don't know. It's weird. It's mostly just because if I throw my hair on the floor here, then it really mucks up the vacuum cleaner. I'm not saying anything interesting. My eggs are done. I've overcooked them a little bit because I was talking to you. It's your fault. But I'm going to go eat that, and then I have to leave in about half an hour to go to work. Cool. I have to take off my nail polish because it's real wrecked because of all the scrubbing. Should have worn gloves. Well, my apartment is once again in disarray. And by that I mean I pulled the bed as far to the other side of the wall as I can. And it now looks like this. No space at all. Because the maintenance guy is in today to fix the last thing that needs to be fixed. Yes! It's this outlet here that really doesn't want to stick in the wall. This wall is one of those materials that's like kind of crumbly inside. And I guess the first person who put it in, notches, didn't quite stick. And then the second electrician that came in tried to use like folded up bits of cardboard to like wedge it in. That didn't hold out for very long, so it needed to be something more permanent. So I don't know, they're going to work on it now. I genuinely don't know if I'm going to stick around while he does the thing. Apparently it shouldn't take very long. Or if I should like go for a walk or something, or go run a couple errands. What I do know is I'm expecting a delivery today for one of John's presents. I kind of want to be here for it because it's already been like, they've already tried to deliver it once and I wasn't here, so then it got sent into the ether. So I don't know, I think if it's not awkward, I'm just going to like kind of post up on the couch here. If he turns off the power, I have exams to grade. If the power stays on, then I can just do internet work. I left his phone here. I don't know why. This guy is like, honestly, probably good intentioned. I've told this whole story before about, I think previous encounters. I think whatever he was saying before, he was trying to be jokey. So obviously, I offered him a coffee when he got here. because I am my mother's daughter, and I want everyone to like me. Kettle's going to go away. And he said, no, I don't. Well, yeah, okay, I'll have a coffee. So now I'm making him a coffee with my percolator, and he's run out to get something out of his van. And then he said he would pick me up a croissant on the way back. So hopefully we're back to good relations. Yeah. Fingers crossed that this is the last thing that needs to be fixed. And then I can finish this vlog, and I can edit and upload it finally, because this has just been sitting in my camera. Well, the guy's gone. It's now like, oh, I don't know what time it is. I have a message. It's like 11-ish. So he was here for about an hour and a half, an hour and a bit. And it's done. The thing is in the wall. It is caulked into the wall. Boom. It has to dry, obviously, but he said I could plug stuff in. I think I'm going to wait for a little bit, just out of like an abundance of precaution. And I think I'm going to attack this old blue stain on the wall. It's been there forever, left by my pillows. I think. I'm pretty sure. So I'm probably just going to get like a magic eraser and try to hit that real hard. But yeah, this is kind of the end of the things that needed to be done. Thank God. In the end, he behaved himself, more or less. He was, trying to be a little conversational. Brought me a croissant, which was lovely. And then at the end, he was like, oh, what's a pretty girl like you doing living alone in an apartment? I was like, oh, no, here we go. I think, again, just trying to be jokey and friendly, but still. Let's have some appropriate behavior here. Let's have some appropriate comportment, So I kind of, made up a boyfriend, because that's what women have to do in the 21st century, because people don't believe them when they say they're happy by themselves. And then, I don't know, whatever, he's gone now. So I'm just going to do a little bit of work. I might honestly go back to sleep, because I think just out of nerves, I woke up like 2 hours before he was going to be here. So might go back to sleep. Yeah. Note to self: finish chewing before you start recording. Oops. I have now scrubbed the walls. I love a magic eraser. I love it so much. I ended up I initially just did this part where the stain was, and I guess there's still a little bit of a trace, but it's fine. And then I ended up just hitting the rest of the whole wall. Anywhere there was like a tiny little mark, just scrubbing it. I really should take this down. This is old. Let's not talk about shoulds, let's talk about do's. Also, I don't need to be a 30-year-old woman with gobble gobble bitch on my wall, So, in the recycling bin she goes. Thank you for your service. So then the next job is going to be pushing the bed back against the wall. But I'm not going to do that immediately, because I still want everything to dry a little bit. So, cool. This was totally a pointless thing. I just wanted, it's a minute and 10 seconds now just to tell you that I scrubbed a wall. Vanity. Narcissism.